Hey guys, this video is about the Apple AirPod Pro. Um, Apple had for years, everyone knows, everyone's seen, whether they've owned an iPhone or not, they've seen, they had these, man, this thing's jacked up. I should have cleaned it up before I brought it out, but anyway, I'm just care about this part. They had these. I have had these for years, right? I mean, with every iPhone I've gotten, and I have an Android right now, but I've also had several iPhones. You get the earpods, right? These these are like medieval torture devices. I wonder if the designer that was making these hated people and wanted to cause them pain, because why you would make an IEM that is solid, hard plastic that's going to be in someone's ear for possibly for hours? Because why do you're not going to use these for music? They sound like crap. I mean, for most people, they don't sound good. Everyone knows that they're not for music. They just don't sound good. But everybody uses these for meetings, and that's what I used them for. I kept them in my bag in case my Bluetooth headset went dead. This is what I'd plug in and use. I only used it for emergency because it was painful for more than 10 minutes because of this hard plastic shell. So finally, let's move on. Finally, they made them with rubber tips, right? You can see that right here in the picture. So finally, they got some brains. I don't know why they didn't do that before, but they didn't. In the box, the little Apple stuff that's always in there. And there's the little case. It's a pretty little case. Nice packaging, of course. I didn't use. I have all my own stuff. But you can see, just like the Beats Pro, it's got that. I mean, it's like perfectly wound, incredibly, taut. Look how they did that. That's just amazing. Down here is ear tips. It's nice they give you matching tips. That's cool. I mean, they do a great job with this stuff. Everyone knows that. With packaging, right? That's their thing. When it comes to the IEM, we use this. We have some contrast here, okay? Because this is white. So same thing as the Beats Pro. Now let me show you. Let me take it out because it's actually going to be interesting to see this. Because I actually prefer the Beats Pro. And if you saw my other video on that, you'll know that. But you can see the size difference in the case there. It's real. When I pulled, because I was testing these first, and then when I pulled the AirPod Pro out, I was like, whoa, this thing is tiny, man. I mean, this is tiny. So you can see that's like a little. I mean, look at this in my hand. It's like big difference, right? So I mean, go like that, and like that. So you see there's a big difference, right? And then when you open it up, this is this nice clamshell, and this is too, but you can see the difference, right? A little green light comes on, tells you it's on. Now, that is one of the nice... Hey guys, sorry, I don't know right where I left off my camera. I've been making videos for a couple hours now, trying to get caught up. And my camera, in fact, my light's off too, my camera overheated. So I kind of had to stop. I'm not sure where I stopped at. So we're going over the AirPod Pro. And I was just showing everybody how the case difference, and I was kind of shocked at how tiny this case is. But I like that this case is so tiny. I could slip this in my pocket really easy and just forget about it. It's not, I mean, this ain't going in my pocket. These go in your ear and you use them. But this thing doesn't go in your pocket. This, on the other hand, could slip in my pocket and just sit there, So this is a really nice little case. It's got a little metal hinge on the back, which I don't know if it makes any difference. And if it's even metal, maybe that's just silver plastic. But it gives the impression of sturdiness, of, quality, right? Which is what they're always looking for. And when you open, the other nice thing is if you've got an iPhone, and I did this with my wife's phone. She has an iPhone. Put the iPhone next to it. I thought I was going to have to do Bluetooth or something. I open this up and immediately it comes up on the screen of the iPhone, like instantaneously. Like it came up like instantaneously. I'm talking like quantum entanglement instantly, right? And that thing opened up on the screen. I was like, what the heck? That was so fast. It immediately found these connected to them, and that was it. And it even named them. My wife's name is Margarita, and so the phone, it showed up on the AirPods, Margarita's AirPods. Well, that's cool. So then I took them, and there's a little button on the back which you can't it's not easy to see. It just looks like a little circle almost. It's right here. And if you press that down, and I'll hold it down, you can see this, the light on the front at some point will start blinking. Well, it's supposed to. Yeah, it starts blinking on and off. Anyway, yeah, there it goes. It's just really slow. And what that does is it puts it into pairing mode for a non-iPhone, right? So I connected it with my Android, my Galaxy phone, and it worked fine. And the interesting thing was on my Galaxy phone, it says Margarita's iPods or AirPods. So definitely it actually stores that inside of them. Very easy and nice into the case, right? You don't have to mess around at all. You don't have to think about it. There's only one way they go in, and they just go in super easy, magnetically held, just like the Beats. They've got a microphone here and a microphone here because they have active noise canceling. So there's a microphone in the ear canal as well, or inside the earpiece. So that way it can sense the sound inside that's going on in your ear as well as what's going on outside around you. And I'm going to tell you the noise canceling works very well. I had my wife test these too, and she put them in, and it was pretty amazing how quiet it makes everything. Yet she could still hear all the outside sounds, and the same with me, because the microphone picks up on sudden sounds, right? But all the background noise was just dead quiet, which I really liked. They don't have a button per se. There's a flat spot here, and if you press it, it's just pressure sensitive. It doesn't click, it doesn't move, but that's how you answer calls, change the volume, stuff like that. Now, I didn't find the use of these as easy or as intuitive as the Beats. Holding this thing down, sometimes it pulled out of my ear. They don't stick in there real well, but man, what an improvement in comfort based over the old iPods. And the interesting thing is you can't just buy any set of tips. You have to use theirs because, as you can see, that's what it looks like now. And this thing snaps in there, and there you go, like that. So it's pretty easy to come on and off, but I'm definitely more comfortable, but it didn't feel secure in my ear. And maybe that's just because they're so light and tiny, but I kept thinking, did it drop out? Is it there still? I kept checking my ear, and I didn't like that feeling. Whereas with the Beats, with that thing around my ear, with the hook around my ear, it was very solid and secure. And I like the Beats button that you press to go up and go down. It was just so obvious. Whereas this is not obvious. It's not as intuitive, Sound quality, the Beats was better. The Beats beat it out. The Powerbeats Pro, that is. But it was good enough. I did a lot of meetings. I did a lot of walking around. I walked across the street, pick up some lunch a couple times with these going. I was doing meetings with coworkers, with customers, called my friends, said, hey, how does this sound? I'm testing these Bluetooth. I didn't tell them what I had either, because I wanted them to not go, because who knows, if they're an Apple fanboy, they're like, oh, you sound great, but I want to make sure, I just said, I'm testing a new Bluetooth headset. Give me let me know how it's working. And everybody had the same, or I should say not everybody, but the consistent answer was, you sound like you're kind of far away. Like it didn't sound like a high quality headset, microphone headset type thing. And I have a really high end Plantronics, high end, I don't know if that's the right word, but I've got this Plantronics headset that I use. It's got a desk station it connects to, and the sound quality on that thing is out of this world. It's the best of anything I've ever had. So that's kind of my control. Like so I ask people, and I've done hundreds of hours of meetings on that headset. So I always ask people, how do I sound? And they know by how I usually sound. So then they kind of say, oh, you sound really good. What's the difference? So that was with the Powerbeats Pro that they didn't really notice a difference. But with these, it was, are you doing something different? You sound different. And it was because the quality just wasn't as good. And, I don't want to put these down or anything, but you're paying $199 for this thing. There's a ton of other Bluetooth headsets out there. These should be, for $199, they should be, phenomenal. They should be perfect. It should be like the best sound quality you can get, right? As far as the microphone and meetings and when you're talking. I mean, that's what people use these for. They sound okay. You can listen to music on these. They actually sound really good. And a lot of people prefer these. I think Crinical's got these as like in his as B plus or A or something. I have to go look again, but he rated these really high for sound. Personally, I don't think they sound that great. I think they sound good, but I don't think they sound high-end audio good. You know, but they do sound way better than the standard AirPods, that's for sure, or the wired ones as well. And with this rubber nozzle, so much more comfortable. I could wear these for hours, no problem. These, in fact, I kept forgetting it was in my ear. It's very, very comfortable now. The battery life is good. I didn't really. It is less than the Powerbeats Pro. I think by a considerable amount. I mean, first off, they're smaller, so there's not as big a battery in each one of these, and it has active noise canceling. So with the noise canceling on, and you can turn that down or turn it off, but with that on, of course, that's going to drain a lot more battery life. But they're tiny. They fit in the case really well. The case is tiny. You could slip this in your jeans pocket really, really easy and not even notice it's there. You could leave it charging in the case. The case has got a battery, so when you slip them back in, most people know the battery in here is charging these. As soon as you open the case, that activates them and turns them on. When you close the case, that turns them off. Yeah, they really have a high quality feel. So I would say I recommend them. I mean, if you're an Apple person, and I like Apple products, don't get me wrong, I really like Apple products. In fact, I'm going to switch from my Android back to an iPhone because there's things in my iPhone that work better than the Android. So I like Apple products. But I don't know that these are worth $199. I mean, you can get a lower end iPhone for like $300 now, right? So you can get an iPad for like $399 or something. So I mean, this is $200 for these. And I don't know what goes into it. You know, maybe Apple is like selling these at a 5% profit. You know, I don't know. But definitely sound quality, the Powerbeats Pro was better. Battery life, the Powerbeats Pro is better. These have noise canceling, those don't. I keep saying Powerbeats Pro because to me, what else am I going to compare it to? They're both Apple products, and I've tested some of the other Apple knockoff AirPod, because there's a bunch of other knockoffs that look just like this, and most of them honestly are shit. I mean, these are good. These are really good. Sound quality is excellent if you're listening to music. I want to say the Powerbeats Pro is slightly better, but just slightly. As far as usability, these are excellent. Looks like they're really well made. So I mean, I could recommend them. I'm not saying I'm not recommending them. I just think that they're overpriced is kind of my feeling about it. And I feel like for me personally, because I'm a fairly active person, you know, I'm biking and doing some other stuff. You know, the Powerbeats Pro has got that loop that sticks over your ear and they feel very secure. These, I keep feeling like they're going to fall out of my ear, and they're very light, you know, so I don't know if they'd be missing. I don't know when I'd notice they were missing, and I'd have to go walking around looking for them. So, yeah, I just think they're a little expensive, but they seem to be a really great product. So it's kind of up to you. And that's really all I have to say. I hope this helps you a little bit. Well, let me add this. I was able to leave my phone on my desk and walk in the house, and I didn't lose signal. So they stayed connected really well. Their Bluetooth signal worked really good. Yeah, I think that's the last thing I'm going to say. But yeah, so I could recommend them. They're just a little pricey for me. Hope this helps you out. Thanks for watching, guys.